what's happening with the BJP now in Tamil Nadu.
Well, absolutely. The party has managed to stitch together an alliance of sorts in the state with all the parties, except of course the two big parties, AIADMK and the DMK.
So the BJP is essentially working on the other parties with alliances there in the run-up to Lok Sabha elections. We do understand that after the PMK and Vico's MDMK there, who've already pledged support to Narendra Modi, now it seems the BJP is eyeing Vijay Kant's DMDK.
Well, DMDK has been brought into the fold, and this is something which is going to help the BJP garner close to 25% votes in the state, a state where BJP has no presence of any sort.
Certainly, BJP's foray there into the Dravid territory, not without a compromise though, with that alliance being stitched up. The BJP, we are given to understand, is going to contest 12 out of the existing 39 seats there in the state.
It is going to be leaving the remaining 27 seats to the other three allies that it stitched together in a coalition. This, of course, is a major coup of sorts for the Hindutva party, which has very little resonance in Tamil Nadu.
But it's not only Tamil Nadu. Modi is also trying to increase his party's presence there in Karnataka, a state that they actually lost in the assembly polls last year after allying there with old colleague B.S. Yadurappa. It's now the BSR Congress founder, Sri Ramulu, who's merged his 20-month-old party with the BJP.
Well, the return of both Sri Ramalu and Yadurappa into the party fold is being seen as a shot in the arm for Narendra Modi, as BJP's chances in the state now seem to be very bleak in the opinion polls at least.
Right, Sri Ramalu has believed to have a strong base there in Bellary, which is Karnataka's mining hub. But Sushma Swaraj, the BJP leader there, she's shown apprehension over the induction of his party within the BJP, and that's because of his closeness with Janardhan Reddy.
Well, she's tweeted, and I quote her here, "I am opposed to the BSR alliance or merger with BJP in Karnataka." But in a major setback for the Congress in Andhra Pradesh, its former minister and NTR's daughter, Purandeshwari, has joined Modi's camp as well.
Speculations are that others may follow suit, but a lot has changed in the Andhra politics as well, especially after its bifurcation was announced after Telangana's formation. TRS and Jagan Reddy's chances have multiplied after the announcement, though both have denied any alliance with either the BJP or the Congress.
Well, Modi is eyeing an alliance with the TDP's Chandrababu Naidu in the state, though nothing has been formulated, as TDP is rather wary that an alliance would possibly jeopardize its electoral chances.
This, of course, we have been talking about the growing presence of the BJP in South India, focusing not just in Tamil Nadu, but also talking about BJP wanting to grow its presence there in Andhra Pradesh post the formation of the Telangana state, as well as Karnataka. Chances there of winning back Karnataka after they lost the assembly polls last year.
Absolutely, sir. Remember, one of the biggest criticisms for Narendra Modi and his elevation to that of BJP's prime ministerial candidate is that he is not a pan-India leader. Well, by stitching these alliances by these small regional parties, this is exactly what he's trying to overcome, this huge problem for them. Allies there playing a huge role in the upcoming polls.